So I hope this hurdle is over. If you feel it is needed, we can take a small presentation at the end on teachable, but I think it's not needed. Otherwise, Shivani Mataji, you will be able to take a small presentation on teachable, correct? Sure. So I hope this hurdle is over. If you feel it is needed, this is from YouTube. Up. Okay. Yeah, everything is fine. Day 8 keynote. Attaining the Supreme, the 8th chapter. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunivadi Pashad Desh. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram. Arjuna inquired of my Lord, O Supreme Person, what is Brahman, what is self, what are the fruitive activities, what is this material manifestation, what are the demigod? Please explain this to me. How does the Lord of sacrifice live in the body? In which part does it live? O Madhusudana, and how can those engaged in devotional service know you at the time of death? So various questions are being asked. The question comes, why these questions are being asked?
Prabhuji, you can go on. I will take care of this.
ठीक है. जरा मरण मोक्षाय माम आश्रित यतन्ति ते ते ब्रह्म. My voice is clear?
Yes, Prabhuji, it's clear.
Yes.
So Jara Marana. So why these 8 questions came to the mind of Arjuna. Every chapter there is a connection to the previous chapter, the thought flow continuing. Because Krishna in the previous chapter, in the 2 verses 29 and 30, spoke some tough words. He's asking, kya hai shabd bhai? Brahma, Adhyatma, Adi Devam, Adi Yagna, Parayana Kale. ये क्या है बड़ी बड़ी बात को समझ नहीं आया, प्लीज दोबारा समझाओ. Any naturally, so it connects. So this is the answer for these 8 questions he asked. What is Brahman? Brahman is the indestructible living entity. What is Adhyatma? The nature of Jiva. I'll explain this. Karma is actions leading to the material body. Adibhuta, material nature. Adi Deva, universal form which includes all the Devatas. Adi Yagna, Paramatma. Where does the Adi Yagna reside? In the heart of all. And how to remember Krishna at the time. Practice remembers throughout life. So there are 8 questions, and these 8 questions have been answered. Okay. So the Brahman, indestructible living entity, that is you understand. That is and Adhyatma, Adibhuta, Adi Yagna, I'll connect. It's a little philosophical term coming from Bhagavatam. It's explained in detail, explaining the universal form of the Lord. Say my eye. So my eye is a material instrument. So it is part of Adibhuta. And there is the Devata which controls this eye. That is called Adi Deva. And me, the experiencer, who's the user of the eye, become Adhyatma. Okay, next example, the ear. It's a small organ. This is part of the material nature, Adibhuta. And there is the Devata controlling the ear, which is called Adideva, and me, the experiencer, called Adhyatma. So these 3 are Adhyatma, Adibhuta, Adideva is used in elaborate terms in the Bhagavatam. Adi Yagna is the Paramatma, the Lord, who is the beneficiary of all the sacrifices. Enjoy. Where does Adi Yagna reside? In the heart, along with the soul. And nearest person to us is the Lord. And then, at the end, how to remember Krishna at the time of death? Practice remembrance throughout life. That's how you can remember. Okay. This chapter will be dedicated to the last question. There will be in the beginning, there will be small answers. The industrial transit living entity is called Brahman, and
Prabhuji, you are muted.
the industrial transit living entity is called Brahman, and its eternal nature is called the self. Action pertaining to the development of these material bodies is called karma, or fruitive activities. See, this is what it is. A beautiful picture signifying the nature of the self, the soul changing material bodies. And based on the activities, you take different bodies. Now, if your activities are spiritual, as we discussed this karma, akarma, vikarma, all the three you can see. In the top is akarma, activity, the devotion service. Only activity, the devotion service will help you reach the kingdom of God. Just like in a jail you're sitting, some kind of activities in the jail can give you more comfortable position in the jail, but cannot make you release from the jail. You can only go out of the jail when you have some sense of respect and obedience to the laws of the king. So only when we become devoted to the Supreme Lord, we can go to the kingdom of God. That is spiritual activities. Chanting the name of the Lord, now hearing Bhagavad Gita. Somebody says, what is it? Punya Papa. It is neither Punya, neither Papa. It is spiritual. You're trying to appreciate. And as you're hearing Krishna's instruction, you're developing love for him. But there is something which is called Punya. Generally, people start at the level of Punya and Papa. They don't have the idea that beyond Punya there is something. Therefore, many a time when you meet people, they say, please come to temple and you can participate in the activities. People, oh, I'm doing some good. I help some poor people. That's enough. That's not enough. That will only give you heaven, and heaven is temporary. Just like you go to Switzerland, I spend some money and money is finished, you have to come back. So, Shine Punya Marta Lokam Shanti. But some people only that much they're interested. Within jail, they want to run from C class jail to A class jail. That's all. They don't have an idea. They can get out of the jail altogether. And what's the benefit in get out of the jail? There is no janma, no mrityu, no jara, no vyadi. All the inconveniences are over of material body. No corona outside the jail. Inside the jail, everything. All kind of inconveniences are there, and so much suffering is there. And most important, no personal association of the Lord. A devotee cannot live without association of the Lord. So anyway, so some people do not do. This will come very nicely in the 12th chapter again, where different levels of devotees are discussed. So the akarma leads to the Vaikuntha. But below that, some punya karma will lead to the heavenly situation. And below that, papa karma, that will lead you to the situation like person eating anything and everything becomes a pig. And so other activity will lead you to the body of a dog. Physical nature is known to be endlessly mutable. Nature is transforming. God is not transforming. God's energy is transforming. That's called Parinamavada and Vivartavada. And I, the Lord of the Super Soul, is dwelling in the heart of every living entity. This is, and now I will tell you a few stories today. One is of Bhishma, and then it's really interesting. Antakale cha mameva smarana mukta kaleva. Yes, Gaurangi.
Yes, Prabhuji. Antakale cha mameva snarmuktva kalevaram tam tamaveti yasa prayati samadbhava ashanshaya.
You mixed two shlokas. Antakale cha mameva smaran, the next one. Smaran muktva kaleva.
Snarmuktva kalevaram ya prayati samadbhavam yati nashtra ashanshaya.
Thank you, God. Antakale, at the time of death. Antakale chamam eva smaran muktva kalevaram. Okay. Hate, do your work. Smaran muktva kalevaram. If at the time of death, you can remember the Lord, what happens? You'll be so happy. This is the amazing situation of Bhishma. This kind of fortune everybody doesn't get. What a fortune this is. The Lord is personally standing in front of you. At the time of death, you have to remember the Lord. remembering me, and here the Lord is standing in front of him. How much he's making the easy? You're giving your final exam, and Nobel laureate is sitting next to you. Tell me, hey, your exam is easy. So, but not easy. Why Krishna gave him that honor? Prabhupada says he's so great. He's so great because Krishna personally came to see him at the point of his death. He's so great, Bhishma. Actually, Bhishma is very great personality. Uh, Heth, please take care. There are waiting room people.
Prabhuji,
Yes,
I'm
Prabhuji,
calling.
someone is muting my video, unmuting my video. Someone is doing, but
Please don't talk about it. Take care of it. That's all. Okay?
yes,
Please don't
Prabhuji.
take care of it. Disturbs my class. Manage within yourself. Okay? You have the admin powers. Take care. Antikale chamameva smaran muktva kalevaram yah prayati samadbhavam yati atra samshayaha. Okay? So there is Bhishma. So Bhishma actually was such a great devotee. In fact, his relation to the Lord is Shaurya. He gives pleasure to the Lord by fighting with him. Just like a king sometimes has wrestlers for dummy fun. So he's also having fun with the Lord, and he's a great devotee of the Lord. And in the Mahabharata war, he had great pleasure to see the opposite side. And when you're throwing arrows at Krishna, Krishna was taking like somebody throwing flowers at him, and he was enjoying. At the point of his death, when Yudhishthira Maharaj, after the war, becomes a king, Yudhishthira Maharaj feels very guilty of what had happened, just like Arjuna, and very genuinely feels that actually he's not qualified to rule. And at this point, he requests Krishna that actually I'm not fit to rule. The Krishna tries to convince him, and by some arrangement of Krishna, Krishna cannot convince him. He convinced Arjuna, but not Yudhishthira at the end of the war. Krishna wanted to glorify his devotee, Bhishma. Then Yudhishthira he took to Vedavyasa, another incarnation of God, and Vedavyasa gave him so much knowledge. Yudhishthira still, I'm not convinced I should rule. I feel this is nothing so special about me. For me, so many people are killed. Just to make me the ruler, so many people are killed. I don't think I did something very fair. And then Krishna said, let us go to Bhishma. And Bhishma convinces him. So Bhagavatam has that his instructions to Yudhishthira, and finally his prayers to Lord Krishna. He offers beautiful prayers to Krishna and leaves the body. He had Ichha Mritu on his own will. Bhagavatam has those prayers. You'll not get all these jewels by seeing the TV serials. You don't get that. You have to read Bhagavatam, and it's very beautiful. This first canto of Bhagavatam, you can start reading. Eighth chapter is Kunti's prayers after Krishna enthrones Yudhishthira, the emperor, and goes to Dwarka. And another set of prayers by Bhishma around that. Bhishma Stuti, very pleasing and very sweet. This is Yudhishthira, and what happens once is that there was a question to Yudhishthira, and the question was this by Yaksha. And the question was that his brothers were almost dead, and he was told that if you don't answer the questions, then I will not make them alive. Oh, okay, Yudhishthira is not ordinary. He is son of Yamaraj. He said, okay. No, sorry, he's the son of Yamaraj. He said, okay, I can answer the question. Tell me, what is the question? He said, tell me an answer that what is the most surprising thing in this world? Ahani ahani bhutani gachanti hayamalayam sheshaha stavaram icchanti kimasharyam atah param. It says, ahani ahani. It said every step, gachanti yamalayam. We see every moment all around them, we see people dying. But I feel I will not die, and neither I prepare for death. This is the most surprising thing in this world. Amazing. And this is Yudhishthira Maharaj. And isn't it true? We see every moment death is occurring around us, but we feel we will not die. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tajate ante kalevaram tam tam eveti kaunteya sada tad bhava bhavitaha. This now the story comes of Bharat Maharaj, which will illustrate the principle. This is like a law. Whatever state of being one remembers when he quits his body, that state he will attain without failing. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam. Whatever we think at the point of death, and we leave the body, we get a body accordingly. Okay? This is Bharat Maharaj, a small brief about his story. Bharat Maharaj was a great king, was such a great king actually, that he left the world quite early, and he went to the forest for spiritual practices. He handed over to his son and he went. Now there he's contemplating on the Lord, and whole life has been virtuous, pure. And as he was a great ruler. That's why India is known as Bharatvarsha, because of his rule. Before it was known as Ilatavarsha. It's not only India, technically whole earth was known as Bharatvarsha. Just like we lost Pakistan, we lost the whole world. According to Shastra, India was ruling the whole world. And this Bharat Maharaj was in the forest doing his spiritual practices. And then something happens. He sees a pregnant deer near a stream, near his ashram. See, there is a stream. And he sees, you can see the near his ashram, a stream is there. There is his ashram kuti. This is the water body. So he sees the mother deer is, here drinking water. Suddenly a tiger comes and starts roaring big. Wow! And the deer, naturally in fear, just jumps across the stream to save its life. And when it jumps across, because it is pregnant, it has premature delivery. The child falls from this uterus and on the water, and it runs away for its life and it dies because of various factors. And now the child is there, helpless, lying on the water. Bharat Maharaj sees the situation. He's very peaceful. Let me help the child. And he picks it up. And then, he could give him some initial care, few months, and the child wanted to go away. But he got attached to the child. That is his foolishness. I should not say foolishness because he's a very advanced devotee of the Lord. But that was, for us, a lesson as a mistake. And then it became very difficult. He all the day and night was thinking about the deer. And so much so, Maya makes an ass out of it. So much so, one day searching for the deer, he fell from the mountain. And remembering the deer, he left his body, became a deer next life. He came to go to Bhagavad Dhama and he became a deer next life. But Krishna was kind to him as a case of exception, gave him the memory of what all happened. Krishna is very strict. Unless you are 100% pure, you cannot go to the kingdom of God. So Krishna is very strict. At the same time, Krishna is very kind. So gave him another opportunity, where in the life of the deer, Krishna had very clear knowledge what all happened. So in this body, he got up and he ran to the nearest place where he could nearest place where his ashram was there in the body of the deer. I had some flowers and seeing whatever in the body of the deer, he could do devotional service. And then he left his body. Next life, he was human birth again. And he was known as Jada Bharata. He was totally silent. He did not speak. Shastra refers to him as Jada Bharata in this life. And Bharat Maharaj again, but twice was silent, doesn't want the mistake to happen again. Is very, very serious now in this life. Very serious. In fact, later in his life, once he spoke, and when he spoke, it was full of realized knowledge. Bhagavatam records in various chapters his teachings to King Rahuguna. So this is about Bharat Maharaj and the example that what you think at the time of death, you get a body accordingly. Tasmat, therefore, because of this, whatever you think at the time of death, you get a body accordingly. This is so important. And Yudhishthira's warning that you think you will not die is never true. Everybody dies. Even Hiranyakashipu thought he can make some way that he will not die, never work. It will never work for anybody. Everybody will be put to death. Death is compulsory in this world. But once you accept that, and based on what you think at the time of death, you take a body, just like you're studying in a college, is very, very conscious to know that I will here for 4 or 5 years only. After that, I have to think which company I'll get a job, where I'll go. Sometimes you're not conscious of that, you don't even study. Tasma sarveshu kalu. Therefore, in all the situation, ma manusparas yuddhacha. You think about the Lord and fight. Mai arpita mano buddhi mam evesisi asamshayaha. Okay? Mai arpita mano buddhi. Tasma sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara yuddhacha. Mai arpita mano buddhi ma veshi samshaya. So it says, in all tasma sarveshu, in all the situations, whatever situation you are in, always think about the Lord. Always keep making spiritual progress. The exam is coming anytime. The exam of death can appear like a surprise quiz. I need to know. Mai arpita mano buddhi. So put your mind and intelligence fixed on me, and you will definitely reach me. Eveshyasi. If you do like that, you will reach me asamshaya, without a doubt. It's a very important instruction. Tasmat means therefore. Abhyasa yoga yuktena chetasa nanagamina paramam purusham divyam yati parthanu chintayan. He meditates on Supreme Personality God in his mind, constantly engaged in remembering me, undeviated from the path. He, O Partha Arjuna, is sure to reach me. So this is, you can see, is sure to reach Krishna. Here it is. This is the big story now, Ajamila. So we have to end our whole life, then we can reach the supreme perfection. Now, at the end, maybe I'll show you one nice video. That's the life of Ajamila, that puppet show. Before that, I want to explain briefly the story. Ajamila was a very pure Brahmana, and his father was the priest of the town, main priest, very, very respected. A lot of people used to help them, and they had a good house and the worship, and in the temple they were doing worship, and very popular in the whole town. Whole town had a good name for this family, very learned. And his father had a young son by the name Ajamila. And Ajamila, one day he said, Beta, there is a big puja today. Please go bring some flowers. You're short of flowers. Yes, Papa, I'm going. And he ran to the forest to collecting. The description of qualities Ajamila is giving. Young married boy, but amazing qualities. Very nice, well-reformed boy, and doing service to Narayana. Then one day what happened, as he goes to the forest, something happens. He gets attracted to some sound which comes there. And he has collected his flowers, and then let me just see for 1 minute what's going on. He knows what's going on. He's a married person. He knows. 1 minute now. Nothing will happen to me. मेरे को कुछ नहीं होगा. I just have a peep into the whole thing. Okay, he goes and he takes a big risk. And he gets trapped. He sees there, what is that? The local prostitute with a man embracing each other, and they are singing, enjoying. And he can recognize the two people. That's people are known to him. Then he said, okay, fine. Now let me go back. There is nothing more to be curious about that. No, nothing will happen to me. Nothing will happen to me. Just 1 more minute. What are they doing? That's how Maya traps you. We are the one who cannot blame. It's not the Maya is holding us. We are holding Maya. We are holding a tree and saying tree is holding us. No, you're the one responsible. Bhunjana Atma Kritam Vipakam. If you sit down now and there is any disturbance, it is you who is responsible for landing yourself in that position. Doesn't matter. Now take corrective steps and come out. Just like you got trapped in a quicksand. Now take corrective steps and come out. But first accept responsibility. God doesn't put you under foolishness. It is we who have landed ourselves under the mesh, and God is ready to help us to come out. But we have to take a decision to come out. So he started playing with Maya like playing with fire. Nothing will happen to me. Nothing, okay? And then he's looking again. Dhyayate Vishaya Pumsa, playing with fire. But second chapter told 8 stages of development of the mind. Sangha stage, he gets attached. Prostitute is very beautiful. Sangha Sanjayate Kava, lust. I wish I can embrace her. I also love her. That nonsense that love comes. You know that in the world, two things, Kama and Prema. Some people don't understand when I say, strictly speaking, Prema is in the spiritual world, Kama is in the material world. This world is the world of Kama, God's kingdom is the world of Prema. It's a very big statement, but it takes time to understand. Kama means I'm trying to take advantage of another person. That's called Kama. And Prema means I'm trying to benefit another person. That's called Prema. So then, when Ajamila is thinking, I love her, it's all joke. Just like when you see a girl on the street, you say, I want to love you. I think I told you before. You want to touch her, you get a slap. So what do you say? I love you. And she looks at the boy, handsome boy, I also love you. Both are cheating each other, actually. The fact is both are cheating each other. There's no love. The same way, Ajamila gets preoccupied, all this. I hope after hearing this, most of you will stop watching the nonsense movies, all this pyar ho gaya, anything pyar ho gaya, nonsense. And he comes back home, and the thing is going on in his heart. All the stages that has gone to mind, his memories, he had all the knowledge of the Veda, nothing working. And then he has intelligence to protect him from doing such thing, but intelligence gets captured, contaminated, intelligence starts planning. Gives an idea. See, you are very rich. A lot of dakshina you get for the worst service to the Lord. You can do one thing. You can maintain the prostitute itself. Why she has to go for a customer? I love her. So he goes to the prostitute. Say, what do you want? You are a priest's son. Why you come to my house? I love you. He said, what happened to you? I don't even know you. No, that day I saw you. Oh, okay, that's okay. I love you. She said, whatever it is, I love, that's fine. No, can you stay with me? I love you. So she says, see, I drink. Is it fine with you? You are a priest family. No, no, I'll also drink with you because I love you. She says, okay, second thing, in my personal account, every day you have to put 10,000 rupees. Is that fine with you? Yes, I love you. I'll give you that money. Because we get very good dakshina, very good donations. I can put you in hundi for you. Okay. She said, okay, the moment he cannot pay, I'll move out of the house. It is fine with you. Yeah, yeah, it's fine. Please come. I love you. I love you. I love you. She's thinking, what this man, I love you anyway. If I get the money, what's the problem? And she comes with him, packs her luggage, and he comes to her house. And in his house, father, mother don't know who is this little girl. So what happened, sir? Who is this girl? No, I thought my wife should have a servant. She's working too hard. Okay, it's a bit unusual, son. Anyway, and then within few days they see what's happening. So then they have a meeting. His father, mother, and the wife comes, and the father asks him, "What's going on?" "Papa, I love her." Nonsense, beta. What has gone wrong with you? What has happened to you? You are committed to somebody. You are committed to somebody. You are committed to somebody. You're committed to somebody. You cannot make a joke like this. And this is a priest family. Such kind of activities you do. How, it is possible in our house. People look at us as a symbol of purity and such things we do. No, no, I don't know what's wrong with you. I love her. Hey Ram. And the wife starts crying and say, why did you marry me? If you have spoiled my life now, nonsense person, blah, blah, blah. Finally, she packs her bag and goes to the parents' house to cry for the rest of the life. And now the father, mother also say, we cannot live in this house. I don't know what's problem with you. I love her. I cannot live without her. No, nonsense. The father packs his like, he said, let him have the house. Some wealth we leave with him. And we pray to the Lord for his thing. He's my son. I will offer sincere prayers. Please help him. And they walk out of the house. Now they don't have neither the house, neither somebody to take care of him at old age because he was the only son. With great difficulty they lived and they died somewhere on the street. And all wealth more came to him. He inherited everything. And the wife cried rest of the life. And this man with that prostitute, and he has to maintain her now. Now what happens at his end? So he goes for dakshina next day. He has this calculation. This man gives me 500, this gives me 1,000. I'll get my dakshina. I can maintain. That's great. And he goes, and people come to know because small town things spreads. And he comes to somebody's house. Ajamila, can you give me some dakshina? Shameless man, you do all this and you ask dakshina? Get out. So everybody, instead of giving any respect, even though he's holding genuine and big thread and shaven headed, when your activities are like that, who's going to give respect? His people say it's Pakhandi. He's a hypocrite. And he comes back home. People don't understand. I love her. I'll do something. Love is divine. This is the love of your nonsense movies. Let me do something to maintain this love I got. So he goes, I will keep making fun of this love. So he goes to some place to gamble. Says, I can earn money by gambling. That's the only way to earn free money. So good. So he puts some money, and first day or few days he earns money. He's very happy. See, great. I'm enjoying and I'm having money also. But gambling doesn't work every time. He doesn't get money and start losing money. But I love her. I'll do anything for her. He starts stealing now. And when you steal, sometimes you get caught. Murder also happened from it. Every amount of sin possible starts happening one after another. He's already learned drinking. Everything is happening. And he's totally gone to a rotten condition. He has produced 10 children from the prostitute. He's now 88-year-old. And the smallest boy, 2-3-year-old, was born when he was 85. Maybe a record, 85-year-old. So from 20 to 85-year-olds, 88 to 68 years, just gone into Maya, totally lost into the prostitute and that life. And now at that age, in old age, everybody is spitting at him except one person. One person will never spit on you. I'll give you an example of understanding the love of the Lord. The example is of the mother recently, and it was very, very touching. The example was that you heard in the court, the Nirvaya case was happening. 4 people were to be given death penalty. I think 6 were involved. 1 committed suicide, 1 was juvenile, and 4 were to be given death penalty. And in the court, judge was about to pronounce the judgment. I think it took 7 years. In India, court is very fast. 7 years. And the mother was there waiting to get a decision. Somebody came at the time, the mother of one of the boys who has to be given death penalty, only 20-year-old boy. And she cried to that mother of the girl, बेटा था, नादान था, गलती हो गई, माफ कर दो. Then mother never spits to the son, whatever the son may do. Same way is the Lord. Lord is Supreme Father. He never spits at any of his children in any condition. At any kind, always from his side, love is always open. So one person was thinking of not spitting at Ajamila, that is the Lord. He was a nice devotee, 20 years of his life, very gentleman. Something he got lost into this mess and he has done so much sinful activity. How do I save him? How do I reform him? And now Krishna takes an opportunity to inspire him to name his last child Narayana. Therefore, Krishna is always looking opportunity to give him counsel. And he got a counsel, maybe he didn't hear before, now he somehow heard, and from the within the heart and inspiration, named his child as Narayana. And now what happened in his house, whole day chanting on the Narayana. Narayana, come here. Narayana, did you eat anything today? Narayana, come, no. Narayana, bring some water for me. Narayana, where are you, Narayana? Narayana, did you get up? Narayana, are you sleeping? Whole day, Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. It says Sneha is like a water. As steep the slope, that much it flows. Therefore, 85, 88 years and 3 years, steep slope, intense affection. That's why grandparents love the grandchild more sometimes than even parent, because slope is more. And he's very affectionate to the child, and whole day is chanting Narayana, 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 Narayana. And his mind now starts calming down because so much sin he has done. And then what happens? At that point, suddenly his death time comes. When the death time comes for him, he is surrounded by what is known as Yamudutas to catch him. And they say, now we have to take you for punishment. And Chitragupta says, here is the list. Big encyclopedia is there of your sinful activities. You have a lot of punishment ready for you. So Ajamila is, I'm a Brahmana. Brahmana? What kind of activity is done? Nonsense, Brahmana. We have a lot of punishment for you. The Brahmana is not by birth, by activities. What kind of activity is done is very, very sinful. There is a lot of punishment. And Ajamila now cries for his child Narayana to save him. Narayana, save me! Loudly he cries. And then what happens? Immediately, book. With tears in his eyes, he cries, Narayana, save me. And Vishnutas, 4 Vishnutas appear in the place. Armed with Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, like Narayana. Stop! They tell the Yamudutas. And they tell Ajamila, don't be afraid. We have come now. And then they start argument. They say, stop, cut this, remove these ropes. They have already tied. These are subtle ropes, you can see, not gross. They tie and they take the subtle body out and take to Yamaraj for judgment. And Yamaraj, all their activities, some people say, before I'm punished, you should trace most of your activity, they're told that. You hear everything. You did this, you did, and the nice kadhais are ready. You get a yatana sharira. And in that you suffer, but you don't die. Same pain. If I fry you in oil, in this body, you'll die after some time. There you don't die, but the pain is same or even more. The yatana means it's meant for punishment. They whip you, you'll not die, but they whip you. It's very terrible pain, yatana. So he's being taken for that. Nothing evil. Idea is to reflect and reform. That's what the God's arrangement of hell. Laws of love is intense and slap is also intense when you do foolish activities. So the Vishnudutas say, Yamudutas, please get out of the place. What are you doing? They say, nay, he's a very sinful person. How can you leave him? He has to be corrected. They say, no, he's not sinful, he's sinless. By chanting the name of Narayana, with tears in his eyes, he has cleared the sins of not this birth, but millions of births. He's a pure person now, leave him alone. So there is a big discussion, and Vishnudutas win the discussion. He has defined what is dharma, counter, the vivada happens. And finally, Yamudutas can't argue, neither they can have power to fight with them, they run away. And Vishnudutas then, Ajamila is hearing all the debate going on, and he understands how sin, and Yamuduta always talking about a sinful life, is hearing. God. And after that, he wants to get down from the bed and fall at the feet of Vishnu to save me, but they disappear. And now he understands. First thing, repentance. If you want to reform yourself at all, if you want to, first there has to be tears of repentance. Admit what you have done wrong and should have tears. Chha, what I have done. Everybody can do that because there's so many things we do over a day or over the period of life which needs to be corrected, and we can do it again. And secondly, there has to be penance to improve. So he decides, I'll go to Haridwar and I'll reform myself. He leaves the house. Anyway, his great grandfather, their children and great children, they'll take care. And he walks out of the house at 85 years of age, 88 years of age, reaches Haridwar. And he sits down in a temple, attentively chant the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And say Vishnu that again land up in a Vaikuntha Vimana who had come to protect him that day. Say, come, Jamila. And he leaves his body and gets a beautiful spiritual body and eternally lives happily in the Vaikuntha after that. It's a beautiful pastime. I think definitely a lot of questions surrounding this pastime, but this is what the pastime is. So one should meditate on the Supreme Person as one who knows everything, as one who is the oldest, who is the controller, the smallest and the smallest, who is the maintainer of everything, who is beyond all mental conception, who is inconceivable and who is always a person, is luminous like the sun, being translated beyond the material nature. You don't imagine God. What God is here. Supreme Person who knows everything, who is the oldest, who is the controller, who is the smallest and the smallest, who is the maintainer of everything, beyond all mental conception, who is inconceivable, all as a person. The 8 things you can see spoken about the Lord. And this is a beautiful picture which signifies what all is there. Okay? Amazing. These are all made by devotees in ISKCON. And this is my favorite picture. Very, very extremely beautiful. And that's what all devatas do. Brahma is always praying. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam Chintamani Prakara Sadmashakalpa Vriksha Lakshavartesha Surabhi Abipa, always praying. Similarly, Lord Shiva, Rama Rameti, and we're chanting the name of Rama is equal to 1,000 name of Vishnu. You all know, spoken by Shiva. He's also great devotee of Lord Rama. He's a great devotee of Vishnu. Not that he's another god, as people have got into, some people misunderstanding. There are many gods. You worship any god you like. It's not there in the Shastra. I don't know from where people get this. God is one. They're all his servants, devatas, but they're also very great, very great. They're worthy of all our respect. But they're not independent gods. They have they don't take any independent initiative also. They're always look for a signal from the Lord and do the activities. And here is Brahma offering prayers. Bhudevi went to Brahma and said that Kamsa and other people have created so much nuisance on earth. How do we solve it? So Brahma thinks about the situation. It's too serious a situation. Let me report to the Lord Narayana if he likes to do something. And he's the one, Narayana, the actual real manager of the universe. Shiro Dakshay Vishnu. And all the devatas go there and offer one prayer called Purushukta Prayers. Some people know that it is offered in temples. And you see how beautiful is Lakshmi at the feet of Narayana. And Narayana is so beautiful. But he doesn't give darshan this time. And they offer prayers, but it doesn't come. Then Brahma said, let me see if I can talk to the Lord. He meditated intensely on the Lord. And Krishna, in his heart, starts speaking. Yes, Brahma, please tell others, I am coming in the Yadu dynasty. And all the devatas tell them they can also take birth in that family and let us have some nice pastimes. That's what the message he gets. And that's how the Krishna book, Bhagavatam Dasham Skanda starts. Lord Shiva also, if you see in Bhagavatam, many times he is visited in Bhagavatam in his place. And always he is offering wonderful prayers to the Lord. In fact, in the 4th canto of Bhagavatam, there is called Rudra Gita. He offers around 30 verses glorifying Lord Vishnu. Beautiful verses to prachetas. Mamupetya punarjanma dukhalayama shashvatam napnuvanti mahatmanaha samsiddhi paramam gata. So Krishna is saying, Mamupetya, if you come back to me, Arjuna, you will not come back to this world which is full of suffering and it is temporary. What is this world? Why are you so attracted to the world? The temporary place full of suffering. Padam padam yad vibhudam natesha. Every step there is danger in this world. What's so special about the world? Napnuvanti mahatmana samsiddhi paramam gataha. So you can, if you achieve the supreme destination, you'll never come back to this world. This is Bhagavad Gita. I told you the love letter by Krishna. Come back, my child, come back home. And these verses prove it. Here is Dhruva Maharaj going back home. It's a big story, Dhruva. I'll just cut it short. But when he was going back home, he asked, here is Dhruva. He asked, what about our mother? Because the mother is the one who guided me to achieve Krishna. He said, okay. Another plane was brought, and his mother also went back to Godhead. So recommendation works here. From the highest planet, Brahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartino Arjuna Mamupetyatu Kaunteya Punarjanmana Vidyate. From the highest planet to the lowest planet, all are places of misery where a repeated birth and death take place. One who attains my abode of Sanakunti never takes birth again. A human calculation taken together, duration of Brahma's one day, such also is the duration of his night. Brahma's days manifest, the living entities come into being at that Brahma night, they are all annihilated. Again and again, the day comes and the host of being is active, and again night falls, that helplessly dissolve. That's the situation. That's we had discussed in the 4th chapter. The time scale we can discuss there, but the point of this word is temporary. Every day Brahma sleeps, there is some pralaya, the whole universe is destroyed. Mahapralaya happens and Brahma itself dies after 100 years, which is trillions of years, whole universe is destroyed. Everything. But beyond this temporary, miserable world, parastasmat bhavo anyot vyakta avyakta sanatanaha, beyond this temporary world, the kingdom of God, which is eternal. And that's what Bhagavad Gita informs us. In the Bhagavatam and other books, there is the details of the Vaikuntha. But in Bhagavad Gita, there's not much time in there. Hint is given. Beyond. Yet there is another nature which is eternal, transcendent to the manifested and unmanifested. Vyakta avyakta sanatanaha. It is supreme and never annihilated. When all this material world is annihilated, that part remains as it is. Vaikuntha, there is no destruction, eternal like the soul. That which the Vedas describe unmatched, infallible, that which is known as supreme destination, that place from which, having gone, attained it, one never returns, that is no supreme abode, Bhagavad Gita 8.21. So this is the universal Vishwarupa. I don't know, yesterday if I explained this. And you can go back to the spiritual world and have sweet pastimes with the Lord, either as as a pet or a peacock, or as a cow, or as a mother Yashoda. You can be like mother of Krishna. Krishna has unlimited mothers. Just like in Dwarka, Krishna present in every house. He gave a hint how he's present in the spiritual world. You don't feel any like you have to waiting. You have any relationship, Krishna is available and you relate to him. So primarily we have some relationship to Krishna, which we have forgotten. Some unique relationship. We don't know, we have forgotten God and we also forgotten our relationship to him. This is a beautiful prayer offered by a great Acharya, is a Sri Vaishnava Acharya. That is, Krishna Tvadiya Padapankaja Panjarantam Kulshekaralva Adhyayame Vishutamana Raja Hamsa Prana Prayana Samaye Kapapata Pittai Kantavarodhara Vidhau Smaranam Kutaste. He says the old age comes, so much kappa pitta will be there, so much come in my throat, so much phlegm. I will not be able to chant your name. Throat gets blocked. Let me die now. Very sweet prayer. Kulashekara Alva. Now the last verse of this chapter. Vedeshu yagneshu tapashu chaiva dhaneshu yat punya phalam pradishtam atteti tat sarvam idam viditva yogi param sthanam upayati chadyam. By Vedeshu, by chanting the Vedic verses, by doing yagnas, by tapasya, by charity, and by punya. All these things you can do, but when you do devotional service, you get all these results automatically. You don't have to separately do them. When you're serving the Lord, automatically, a person accepts the path of devotional service, is not bereft of the result derived from studying the Veda, performing austere sacrifice, giving charity, pursuing philosophical productive activity. At the end, it reaches the supreme abode. So everything is given to person who engage in devotional service to the Lord. Hare Krishna. We stop this chapter and the chapter is finished. Thank you very, very much. I also wanted to show you the structure of the universe. Yesterday, did I show the structure of the universe, Manna? No, let me show that now. Let me just take 2 minutes and show that. That's very much needed. It will clarify one very important point. Here it is. This is based on the Bhagavatam and Brahma Samhita, 2 books, developed by ISKCON devotees. And in fact, we are building a huge planetarium based on this, but let me explain in brief. The 4 abodes are there. Golok, Anam, Nidham, Nitale, Chatasya, Devi, Mahesh, Haridam. 4. Golok Dham, Devi Dham, Haridam, and Mahesh Dham. This is Golok Dham, where the Lord is present with his associates. Nobody here knows he is a God. Nobody knows here. He makes them forget so that he can enjoy sweet pastimes with him. Nobody knows. Okay, this same thing, I have PDF also. I think the admins can share in their groups. So here is Radha Krishna, the sweetest pastime and of the Lord, and then they are surrounded by so many associates. These are the Ashta Sakis, Lalita, Vishaka, Suchitra, and Lekha. Surrounded by then this is called Manjaris, and the so many other pastimes of the Lord, Vasilya Rasa. This is Madhurya Rasa, Vasilya Rasa, and so many rasas are there. This is Goloka. There is Mathura, Dwarka. Dwarka will be Rukmini Leela, that will be in Dwarka, and Mathura Leela with Vasudeva and Devaki. Jagannath Leela comes in between. This is the Krishna Loka, where Krishna is two-handed. And then here is Ayodhya. Ayodhya Dham is Lord because it's two-handed form of the Lord, and there is some affinity for the Lord. In Vaikuntha, the distance is more. Therefore, Narayana is an expansion of Lord Krishna. Therefore, Krishna is called Adi Narayana, and Lakshmi, Radharani is Adi Lakshmi. Krishna expansion. The Krishna expansion I can explain to you. Krishna first expands to Balaram. Then Balaram acts to four people: Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, and Vasudeva. This first Sankarshana, he expands to Narayana. And again, Narayana expands to Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, and Vasudeva. This Sankarshana, when there is the need of creation, expands to Karnodaksha Vishnu, Mahavishnu. And in the Mahavishnu, therefore God's will, God willed that there be creation, and there is creation. In many religions that is explained, but there is no details given like this. Now the Karnodaksha Vishnu, from the pores of his body universe, the seeds come out. And by his glance is the metal energy, which is also eternal, different stages, Pradhana, Mahatattva. So he glances at the metal, wants to glance at the metal energy. Ramadevi understands what she is trying to do, and she expands into Durga. And the Lord Vishnu expands to Shambhu now, because Shambhu is the one who interacts with Durga, not he. Vishnu never comes interact with Durga. With Durga is metal energy, Maya. Vishnu keeps away. But a form of the Lord, which is like milk turned into curd. Shiram yatadati vikara vishesha yogat. Milk turns into curd, that is Shambhu, Lord Shiva. So he interacts with the metal energy. So he is not Vishnu Tattva, he is Shiva Tattva, slightly less than the Lord. This is Shakti Tattva. This is a Lakshmi or Maya or Radharani. This is called a Shakti Tattva, Vishnu Tattva. Then there is Jiva Tattva, V. So there are four Tattvas now: Vishnu Tattva, Shiva Tattva, Jiva Tattva, and Shakti Tattva. These are four Tattvas of existence, truths of existence. And here, the Mahavishnu lies down in every universe as Garbhodaksha Vishnu, and Lakshmi is at his feet, and then from his navel, Brahma is born. And Brahma is the most pious living entity in the universe, and Brahma takes care of further creation. The primary creation, he is not a creator as people think. As a primary creation is from Vishnu, not Brahma. But he gets all the intelligence from Vishnu and the details, the primary ingredients for the creation. Therefore, it's called secondary. Sarga, Visarga. Bhagavatam says Sarga is the creation of the Lord. Visarga refers to secondary creation by Brahma. And in the navel from the Vishnu, there is this stem, and this different planetary systems are situated. And the Brahma is the one who does all the work from the ingredients in the stem. It is symbolically shown twisted like it's not twisted, just for the names to be written. And these are all lower and upper planetary system. And Garbhodaksha Vishnu again expands to one more Vishnu called Kshirodaksha Vishnu. Kshirodaksha Vishnu resides in Shvetadipa, which is in Dhruvaloka. And he is the Paramatma inside everybody's heart, also inside every atom. And he knows everything that's happening. And he's the one who runs the universe. Kshirodaksha Vishnu. When Devatas went to pray, they go to pray him, Kshirodaksha Vishnu. Okay, this is the cosmology as per the Vedas. Okay, and I have explained, I think as per the Shastra, this is the things are situated like this. Okay, Hare Krishna. I know a lot of questions would have arisen now.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes. So let me take care now. Who was the person who will coordinate the Kalavati Mataji?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes, Prabhuji.
You take charge now. Yes.
Okay. Sai Light, can you ask your question? Sai Light.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
I'm having the doubt. What is the meaning of Krishna?
Krishna means very the attractiveness of the,
All attractive.
yeah, all attractive.
Okay. He is fourth H. His class number is also there. Very sweet.
Yeah.
What is meaning of Krishna? Krishna means Akashati iti Krishna. It's very-
Lahit, you have to attend the children Bhagavad Gita class also. It will be in 5:30 p.m.
Okay. No problem. Krishna is very, very attractive.
Okay.
I have online classes of my school also.
Okay, no problem, no problem. TV Jayalakshmi Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
TV Jayalakshmi Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I have two questions.
Yes.
When the person dies while sleeping or in coma stage, what will happen without remembering Krishna? And the second question is, when Arjuna is so dear to Krishna, why instead of going to Vaikuntha, why he went to Sarkulaka?
Okay. See, Bhagavatam, we go to the narration from the Bhagavatam, not from the TV series. Bhagavatam says the Pandavas, when Krishna departed to Vaikuntha, the Pandavas just walked back to Godhead, straight to Vaikuntha. So there is different narration. See what happens? These Pandavas had two amshas. One was the Devata amsha they had because they are sons of the Devatas. Another thing, they actually see the devotion that Arjuna showed is much more than Indra. Indra cannot show this. Therefore, he had an amsha also from the spiritual world. So both went respective places. See, I tell you this. Just like when you sit in a car, you put a seat belt. And apart from that, you pray to the picture which is kept in the car. You do two things parallelly. One, Mahabharata narration focuses on putting the seat belt. And Bhagavata narration focuses on praying that Goriappa, 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 Goriappa. I was in Kerala, somebody's car, he was saying, they all, I don't know how they exactly pronounce it in Malayalam. Guruvayappa, Guruvayappa. That focus, that is Bhagavatam talking about. I'll give you an example. Parikshit Maharaj was cursed to die within 7 days. Yeah, just please mute everybody. That means.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, I muted everyone because.
So thank you. So what happens is that Parikshit Maharaj is in the curse to die within 7 days, and he goes banks of the river, and he's so pious. Nothing, very peaceful, very happy person. Okay, it took it. He knows I will stay within the boundary of my etiquette. I will not cross beyond it. Definitely, I have to. It's God's will. When beyond your etiquette something is there, you don't start shouting like a dog. Be principled, things will happen accordingly. And Krishna sent Shukadeva Goswami to show that Krishna accepted his beautiful nature. And then what happened actually, it's actually a life lesson for many of us. Many instances, if you behave like that, we see Krishna's help. There may be some injustice, but you stay within your boundary of activities and proceed. You will see personally Krishna helping you, and Krishna recognizes and appreciates such kind of behavior. Shukadeva Goswami came in and he was drinking the nectar of Shuka Katha, of Bhagavad Katha. And that's why I request all of you, Bhagavatam is amazing. In fact, if your finance can allow, I can give you even an installment. Read Bhagavatam, you'll go into nectar. Bhagavad Gita puts it at the feet of the Lord, that's it. But doesn't tell about the leelas of the Lord Krishna or Rama or Narsimha, doesn't tell. There's no time. Bhagavatam is 18,000 verses. And explanation of the great Acharyas along with it. It is 18 books like this, 18 books. Amazing it is Bhagavatam. And nectar. Today after the class, we will be reading from Bhagavatam only. The Krishna book is from Bhagavatam. Summary study. But real Bhagavatam is massive. So now he is hearing Bhagavatam Shukamani for 7 days. He didn't take a drop of water. So much he was enjoying hearing. Maya aa gaya. Just like sometimes you enjoy. Imagine a pure soul he was. He's the grandson of Pandava, already a great devotee. He's in nectar hearing every word of Shukamani about Krishna's glories. And one day Krishna gives us a taste like that. It's really life, really fortunate. He said a person's spiritual advancement is tested by how much taste he has of hearing. And he had immense taste. Otherwise, Shame became Dharma Sonoshruta Pumsa Vakshakshena Katasu Yaha Na Utpati Theme Shame became. You don't have rati about the Lord, it's just a waste. And he's hearing. And then what happens? In Samadhi, he leaves the body. And snake comes to bite his dead body. And on the top of the same thing, something very parallel is happening. Janmaya Jaya, the sun, arranges that no snakes to enter that assembly. So Mahabharata focuses on that, and Bhagavatam focuses on his hearing the Krishna Katha. Therefore, Bhagavata hearing is even higher than hearing other literature. I'm not saying Vedavasa himself says in Bhagavatam. He says, Dharma projita kaitvatsara parmo nirma saranam satam vedam asiratar shivadam tapatra unmulanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni krite kimva pare ishvara satya hridi avritte kritibi tashanat. So Bhagavatam says actually the tashana, and that immediately you will kimva pare, there is no need of reading any other literature. Ishvara avaridute, the Lord immediately is Shushabhi Tashana, established in the core of the heart by hearing. Bhagavatam is such a beautiful literature. Okay, so this is narration, two different narrations. Pandavas, Bhakto Asime Sakacheti. You're all very dear to me and you're my great friend. Personally, Krishna was with the Pandavas all the time. We don't need any other certificate. The certificate of perfection Krishna has given. Correct? So don't put your under your judgment. Vyavarika level in this world, so many things happen. But reality is that Pandavas are very dear to Krishna. They are eternal associates. Krishna. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Ashok Kumar.
Prabhuji?
Yeah, can you ask your question?
Prabhuji, we are ultimately souls, right, Prabhuji?
Yesterday also
we
you
are
were
not.
there, no? You were yesterday also there.
Yeah, this is a question I'm asking yesterday, the last, but as
Please,
time consistent, you stopped.
give chance to other people. Other people can ask some question. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
You mentioned about one of the questions asked by Yudhishthir Maharaj.
Yeah.
So what were the other questions, Prabhuji?
I do not know that narration.
Oh, okay.
I'm not aware, but this is what I know. Ahani. This I know.
Okay, yeah. Prabhuji. Yeah, thank you. It was very enlightening, actually. Like, it was the reality.
You find out and send to me. I'll also be curious to know.
Yes, sure, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. You answered only one question. The other first question you didn't answer, Prabhuji.
What is that? What was your first question?
When a person dies while sleeping or in coma stage, without thinking of Krishna's chanting or something.
No. See what happens internally. What is happening? You do not know. See, we think it is very nice to die in a bed surrounded by relatives holding their hand, and it is bad to die in the street. Actually, death is equally painful. We all dream of a death, peaceful death. Death is very painful. It is compared to hundreds of scorpions biting you together. It's terrible. So don't hate it. Don't get scared of it, because I told you it is Krishna's design. Accept it. Don't fight against Lord's plan. The Lord's plan is there to help us advance spiritually. Okay? So don't fight against the Lord's plan.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you said that Lord is with us in our soul. So why the people are doing kukarmas?
No, the freedom is they are misusing the freedom. No, there is just like you are a mother. Now, can you blame the mother for all the activities of the child, like the childhood in Nirbhaya case? Just look at the mother's condition. She is begging in the court, somebody forgive. But do you think the mother taught him that? No, he misused his freedom and did some sinful activity. Correct? Freedom is always there. Without freedom, there is no love. So there is freedom, but we have misused. So we should accept responsibility instead of putting blame on the Lord. Why doesn't he do that? Why doesn't he do that? Like Bhagavad Gita, Krishna told Arjuna, you fight. And he chose, okay, Krishna, I'll follow you. Hana? He gave him the freedom. Yathechasi tatha karu. That is true for everybody. You do what you want to do. Krishna will not force us.
Krishna.
Okay? Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Actually, I had a doubt that you said the meanings of the name Dhrutarashtra and Duryodhana, sir. So, why will Dhrutarashtra keep Duryodhana's name Duryodhana even after he knows that the meaning is?
Why does Dhritarashtra keep encouraging Duryodhana? Hana?
No, sir. Why does he keep his name Duryodhana?
Somebody told me that is actually he kept his name Suyodhana, but his activity of such public changed his name to Duryodhana. Even his brother's name was Sushashana, who will keep the names Dushashana, but public changed the name Dushashana. You know, sometimes they became famous as Dushashana. Yeah. Duryodhana, Durbuddhe is used in Bhagavad Gita also. Durbuddhe, no intelligence. Yes. Yeah, interesting question. What I feel is this, but you have to be a scholar of Mahabharata and check out what is the actual picture, how actually. Anybody knows? Manat, you know the reality? Why name changed to Duryodhana? I don't think his mother will name him Duryodhana. Mother will Suyodhana and Sushashana. But I think on public appeal it was changed. Hare Krishna. So we see the nice puppet show of Ajamila. You will all love it because the reference to chanting the holy name, the puppet show is important. Otherwise, you see the children are waiting for Krishna book. They will be upset with me. And children love puppet shows.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, I had asked a question yesterday about how to treat people who are aggressive and lethargic. How does Krishna treat such people? And when we do community service, especially when we try to become sattvic people, there are hindrances created by such people. I mean, one can understand you did answer this question yesterday partially for lethargic people if they are old, but my reference was with respect to people who are young, who can contribute to the society, but still create issues. This also happens with Rajo-related people. I just want you to enlighten us how to deal with such people.
Who heard the question? Manat, you heard the question?
No, Prabhuji.
Het,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
tell me the question.
Prabhuji, I was.
Oh, you have your work. You're busy in your service. Yes. He is like Kalavati Mataji. Yes. You are muted, Mataji. You unmute. Yes.
I heard that children are tomorrow's citizen. In the same thing, they will create some problems in the society also.
So
it was this question. Yes.
Okay, so yeah, we should train the children as well, Hana?
Yeah.
It's a big responsibility, actually.
Yes, Prabhuji. In this technology era, we have to do that.
Yeah, first thing I feel is that parents should be trained how to be parents.
Yes.
They pamper the children, and that spoils them. So you take a 5-year-old boy, like you have Heth here, small. You make him sleep on the 4th floor or on the bed, hardly it matters. He'll be happy anywhere. So why pamper them? Why, when they're happy in any condition, why spoil them, you know? You just think of a small boy, you all are mother, put him on the floor also, he'll laugh there. Put him on the bed, he'll laugh there also. Why spoil him in luxuries which are not needed of life? In fact, Vedic time was amazing and we cannot bring back that, but we can appreciate, you know. Brahmachari Gurukale Vasandantam Gurorhitam Tapasa Brahmacharyena Samenava Damenava Tyagena Satya Shauchavam Yamenava Nivenava. So many wonderful training, value training used to go into the system. But today that we lack. And not only that, the teachers in schools and colleges also don't give a good role model sometimes. That also because children love everything from the parents and teachers. They are the heroes for them. So it's a very critical area between 5 to 15 years when he's just like a sponge absorbing. At that time, the best of teachers should be there. And actually, parents put a lot of effort. Every parent does put a lot of effort, but they save time in the wrong place. Now you see this, some of the children who know all the shlokas of Gita, how beautiful it is. Parents don't do that. No, beta, tum padhai karo, padhai karo. I was one of the college I teach. Once happened, the 4 days holiday came. And some students informed me that, sir, everybody is going to Goa because, Goa is very near to Mangalore. So why don't you do something? I said, let us do one thing. 3 days, 3 towns. Srirangam, Rameshwaram, and Kumbakonam. If you know, in Tamil Nadu, these are amazing holy places. I arrange a trip almost free. They have to just pay token, some money. It's from my temple. And I asked my congregation, they sponsored it. They paid little extra, everybody. So it's subsidized the trip of the youngsters. We had 150 people, 30 youngsters of this college. My own student, I was very happy. Instead of nonsense, let me show them something else. If I show you the videos of the trip, you will be struck with wonder. There's such ecstatic kirtans we had at Ranganatha temple and Kumbakonam and Ranganatha. And in Rameshwaram, we went on the ocean side of the boat and we had a heavy kirtan. You can locate on my website. And students were very happy, came. The hostel was empty, nobody was there. And it happened, one of the boys, he later failed in the examination. The father shouted in the teachers, parent meeting that without my permission, some of your faculty did all this. He doesn't even understand that had I not taken, he would have gone to Goa and got totally spoiled. And that's what most of the students did. So parents and so over anxiety about their academic future choke their spiritual activities. And they first thing stop that. Pehle wo band kar do. If it doesn't score marks, first you stop your chanting. First stop movies, first stop drinking, first stop so many other things where he's wasting time. So we need to spend some time in spiritual life, otherwise heart will burst out. So I think this is one more element of parents which they're mistaken. They have to give a balanced upbringing, just an academic upbringing. Like my parents tried to give me academic and spiritual also upbringing, but I became an atheist because of bad association. But later I was choked up in my college because I was feeling no happiness. And therefore Krishna's grace took to spiritual life. But had I taken to drinking, another thing, would have been another edition of another fool. Maybe would have died by now by drinking or drugs or committed suicide. So this is the feature. Yeah, so very important point you're saying. From various angles, this work has to be done, and it's a very important. So we did small things now with the help of online, but this is not only online. In fact, I went to schools in the Mangalore because I'm already teaching in all colleges. They said, we are ready. We're ready to give you 1 hour every week with every student. We are ready. Arrange the faculty. Where is the faculty? I don't know. What can I do? So we are short of hands. If more people come together, we can do something beautiful. In fact, ISKCON has at the institution written beautiful value books at every age. Books are available. A lot of content is available for the children. We are also conducting weekly classes for children with beautiful contents that are available. But implementation, more people are needed. Because one teacher can teach maybe say 200, 300 people at a time, not lakhs. So more people get ready, they can teach. And this program that I am having, Gita 18 program, will lead next to the program of 3 months course, the advanced Gita program. And that leads to, after that, to Bhakti Shastri program. And with that, I think anybody should be ready to teach. Okay,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
I'm Indu. Am I audible?
Yes, Mataji, asked you a question.
Okay. Prabhuji, I am very lucky. Me and my husband, we both are watching you, listening to you, and we thank God for the, from deep from our heart, we are listening to such a holy book. I am getting sentimental also. Prabhuji, my question is, why I feel like crying whenever I hear Gita or read Gita?
No, it's the first symptom of purification. That happens when purification happens. That's the first symptom. Repentance and penance. So that's good. We have to learn to cry for Krishna. It's very good. Very good. Very good thing. Okay. Krishna, I want you. Why cannot I see Krishna? Why Krishna I cannot see? It's good. But then penance after that. First thing is tears. Now after that tapasya. Okay, I want Krishna.
Yeah.
Tapasya. I will get him. This life, Come what may, I have to see Krishna. This should be your determination. Suppose you ask anybody, hey, what's the goal of your life? Tell me.
Prabhuji, to see Krishna.
Yes. And Manat, what's the goal of your life?
To serve Krishna and go back to Krishna.
Correct. So now if you made a program like that, yes, Shulin, what's your goal of life?
Yes, Prabhuji.
What's the goal of life? So now when you have such a big goal of life, say suppose somebody says, I want to pass IS examination, and he's studying for 5 minutes. Don't you think you'll laugh? So when you made such proper status, you made such a big goal to go back to Krishna. And now you cannot sleep. It's a very tough program you have made. You have to really work now. Well, it's easy to say, oh, I'll go back to Krishna. Yeah. But then you're sleeping. What program you have? No, I want to pass IS exam. 5 minutes you're studying. Oh, nahi hota hai. Therefore, Niskanchanasya Bhagavan Vajon Mukhasya Param Paramajigimashwar Bhavasagarasya. Yes, Manat, you don't know this amazing shloka? Niskanchanasya Bhagavan Vajon Mukhasya Param Paramajigimashwar Bhavasagarasya Sandarshanam Vishayam Yatayoshitam Va Hanta Hanta Vishbhakshanam Asadhu. Look at the seriousness now. Now you made a determination to go back to Krishna. Niskat Bhagavan Param Param Jigimashwar Bhavasagar ko cross karke wahan Krishna ke charan mein jana hai. And then what you are doing? Sandarshanam, you're looking at the beautiful features of the opposite sex, and you're looking at the opulence. If I can have that. Chaitanya Prabhu says, take a bottle of liquor, poison, and drink it. That is better than doing that. Hanta Vishbhakshanam Sadhu. Better such a fellow drink poison. That is worse than drinking poison for a spiritual life than to contemplate on such gratification.
Prabhuji, devotees
Thank you so much.
Mind control techniques, Prabhuji. They're asking.
8:30. These children
In the charts, they're requesting the charts.
Mind control technique, Ajamila ka puppet show and Krishna book. See, the Krishna book team shuru ho gaya. Sir, Krishna book. Okay, one technique today. But which one? We have finished physical techniques in this group?
Yes, Prabhuji. Physical technique.
Mental technique now.
Mental is so big. The first one is so big. Tomorrow.
Okay.
We have already shared, no? WhatsApp mein sab to share kar diya aap logon ko.
Okay. I'll do it once again today.
You want, I try. But we will delay the Krishna book class then.
Yes, 6:15, no? 6 Krishna book.
8:30 we start.
8:30 Indian time, yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Tomorrow, Mataji, tomorrow we start. Tomorrow we start better. We let us, because then everything gets delayed. The children sleep late. Then it's over. Doesn't matter, there is ati ahar nahi hona chahiye. We should not eat more than what we can digest. So 1.5 hours is, I think, enough to digest. Tomorrow we'll give more.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Chalo, hey.
Hare Krishna,
So all of
Prabhuji,
you are
thank
welcome for Krishna Leela now.
Krishna Leela.
And Heth can start our famous kirtan. Heth, and 5 minutes, and somebody can watch the door. 8:30. Who will take care of the door? Manat?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji,
Yes, Prabhuji, I am. Prabhuji, I am.
Rushi.
Okay, I'm starting.
Okay.
You all decide. I don't care.
No, I will take care of it. Don't worry. I'll take care of it.
Mama.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gauru Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Thank you. Chalo. Now you take care of your service, Hit. We go to read Krishna book. Puna Mataji, you are visible. Hare Krishna, Poonam Mataji. Where
Yeah,
are you?
she's there, Prabhuji. I'll unmute her.
No, I cannot hear her. Hare Krishna, Poonam Mataji. Oh, yes. You have taken care? Yes, Mataji is ready. Now we need Krishna book. Here it is. Which is the pastime today?
Prabhuji,
Brahma
stealing
Vimohan Leela.
yeah, stealing of boys and girls by Brahma.
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, you can change the life.
Okay, let us